Welcome everybody to North America's fourth largest city after Mexico City, New York, and LA. This is Toronto, Ontario, Canada. First of four here for the Mariners against the Toronto Blue Jays as we welcome you to Seattle Mariner baseball. Great to have you with us. I was going to say the Sky Dome Rogers Center, the roof is closed as we're ready for action. It's nice and brisk outside at about 53 degrees, but it's comfortable inside. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew. Take a look at the Mariner batting order that will face Marco Estrada.
It has been a hot hitting lineup and nobody hotter than Ben Gamble. You can see on this road trip the 2 games in Philadelphia, 6 for 9 with a home run, 4 RBIs. He walked 3 times, so on base a lot. Nelson Cruz had a couple of days off in Philadelphia, back in the lineup today as the DH. He is going to hit third. And then Taylor Motter also getting the start. Taylor with 5 home runs on the year. He will hit 6th in the lineup. For Marco Estrada, this is his 8th appearance on the year, a 3.14 ERA. In 43 innings, he has 45 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just .233 against him.
33-year-old from Sonora, Mexico. First pitch of the ball game. In there for a called strike to Gene Segura, the hit machine. You got John Timpani, the home plate umpire, Ted Barrett, the crew chief at first, Angel Hernandez at second, and Lance Barksdale, the umpire at third. Welcome back to the American League, Mr. Blowers.
It's good to be here. Main reason why is you have the designated hitter, and we have Nelson Cruz back in the lineup.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to be back. It really does change everything, doesn't it?
It does. He's such a presence in the lineup, and he's been a hot hitter. Cano not in the lineup this evening.
There's Nelly. Good to have him back. And meanwhile, Cano had a great series in Philly. It's a shame he will not be able to make it here tonight and as a starter.
Yeah, sore quad for Cano, and I think part of the problem was he was on base all the time. He had to run so much. He really swung it well.
Yeah, he did. Gene Segura 1 for 6 in yesterday's game. Talking to DeMarlo Hale, the bench coach for the Blue Jays, and he had seen Segura over in the National League, and he was saying almost word for word what we were saying about him. Marveled at his eye-hand coordination, his ability to hit just about everything you throw up there.
And I think the other thing with him that we've really noticed, especially over the last week and a half since he's been back from the disabled list, is I think he, outside of getting the hits and getting on base, I think he jumpstarts the offense by how aggressive he is at the plate, because the guys are really getting after the fastball, and they're getting after the fastball early in counts, and that is exactly the way that he hits, including Ben Gamble.
I like that aggressive nature that we've seen lately. It's been a lot of fun. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, big foul.
For Estrada, his average fastball 90 miles an hour. You're going to see his changeup quite a bit. It also mix in a cutter and a curveball.
Certainly everybody back in Seattle well aware 4/5 of the Mariners starting rotation out. And the injuries have plagued Toronto as well. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Good start. High, we got to take advantage. Look at this. Segura, he is in there with a hustle double. He saw the high bounce, and he had to figure Pilar was just going to get it back in, and it works to the Mariners' advantage.
And again, the key is to hustle right out of the box. It jams him a little bit. He sees that it's going to drop, and right there is when he really turns it on. As soon as Pilar ended up backing up a little bit, knew that he was not going to be able to throw him out, or it would have been a great throw to get him. As you see the dive into second base.
You've been there. He was totally off balance coming down off the jump.
Yeah, there's nothing that he could have done about it. I think he would have to have retreated right away so that he had some momentum coming in. Once he decided, and Pilar is interesting because he's an aggressive center fielder. You know that. He thinks he can catch everything, and I think that maybe cost him a little bit there.
100th career double. Congratulations to Gene Segura. Ben Gamble 2 for 4. Yesterday's game, man, he looked good in Philadelphia. But we're talking about injuries. Josh Donaldson, Jay Happ, Russell Martin, Kendrys Morales is available, but he's hurting. Dalton Pompey, Aaron Sanchez, Bo Schultz, and Troy Tulowitzki, and Francisco Liriano. A lot of front liners.
It's an all-star team.
Pretty much. Swing and a miss. The same word from both sides of from both dugouts. Nobody's feeling sorry for anybody.
No.
Gamble goes down swinging.
Look at the defense. Kevin Pillar in center field, one of the best in the business, the former Cub. Chris Coughlin will be at third base. Justin Smoke at first base. Luke Maley will do the catching.
Good to see this man back in the starting lineup.
Yes.
Hopefully they get 4, 5, 6 at bats tonight. Great year. 325, 7 home runs, 29 runs batted in, 7 doubles. He is a presence, to say the least. Fouled off. Nelly 5 for 10 with a home run against Estrada.
You saw his numbers against the Blue Jays for his career. He likes hitting here. Done a lot of damage to the Blue Jays pitching.
Segura, who started the day as a leading hitter in the American League, he's at second. 0-1 to Nelly. Foul back. Cruz, league leader in runs batted in, 29. Third in on-base percentage, 4th in slugging. He is doing it all.
See Pillar, the center fielder, shading towards right center.
Down low. The thing that's so stunning, we talked about the injuries to this ball club. This is a team that played in the American League Championship Series, lost to Cleveland 4-1. Beat Baltimore in the wild card. Division Series beat Texas. Michael Saunders gone. Edwin Encarnacion gone. Plus all the injuries.
Well, you look at the Blue Jays, and they are 13th in hitting, 12th in runs scored. I can't remember the last time we've seen that. Ooh. Typically, offensively, they're a strong club. They are 8th in home runs.
Tell you what, you may have to go all the way back to Exhibition Stadium since they were that low, and that's going back in their infancy. 1-2 pitch. Nelly straight away center field. Long run Pillar. He is just gonna be a spectator. Boom! Stick baby! 2-run homer, 2-0 Mariners. Welcome back, Nelson Cruz. Home run number 8, RBI 30 and 31. It's nice to see him go up there, especially since Encarnacion is no longer here.
Exactly right. And this is something, we showed the numbers over the last week for the Mariners. 6-1 record, hitting almost 350 as a team. And the one thing that they've done consistently is score early. And here they are in the first inning, scoring a couple of runs. Nelson knew it right away. And then typically they've been adding on. Offensively, they're in great shape.
Little baseball with that salad up near the restaurant area. There's Kyle Seager. 0 for 3 in yesterday's game. Numbers picking up. Expecting, as I think everybody in Mariner land, expecting a home run surge coming from the third baseman.
Well, he's hit well against the Blue Jays in this ballpark, and on the radio side, he's my pick tonight. I said Nelson was the chalk. He would have been easy, so there you can see the exit velo at 111 miles an hour. We'll see what Kyle can do tonight. He's been swinging the bat well lately. Just missed a home run yesterday. It turned out to be a sacrifice fly for him.
First inning run for the Mariners yesterday in the win in Philly. Long foul. That home run by Cruz, the 6th home run given up by Estrada.
The other 5 all by the Tampa Bay Rays.
Blue Jays, it's the middle leg of a 9-game homestand. They went 2-1 against Cleveland. They walked them off last night. 4 here with the Mariners and then 2 in Atlanta. Prior to this homestand, let's look at Danny Valencia, another hot bat right now. They went 3-3 in a road trip, 2-1 at Tampa and 1-2 in New York.
Wow.
Just off the glove, and that ball was blistered right there by Kyle Seager. Another good sign.
If you missed the 2 games in Philadelphia, there was a lot of this going on. Mariners hitting line drives all over the place. So after the home run by Cruz, you can see how hard that ball is hit. Goins making the diving effort, almost took his glove off.
How about Danny Valencia, 4 for 6 yesterday. A monster home run into the left field seats. And he got an RBI double down the right field line, so he's going line to line these days. He's 0 for 1 against Estrada. Four for 6 yesterday, 2 runs batted in. As does everybody. They stay away from Valencia. They don't want to go middle in.
Well, the good news for him, and most hitters are this way, if they make their pitches on the outside corner, they're going to get most hitters out. The thing with Danny that he has been doing lately is when they make their mistakes, he's making them pay for it, including a long home run yesterday.
High pop up. Left fielder coming in. Steve Pearce, former Oriole. Two down. Brings up Taylor Motter. Guillermo Heredia, Ariel Miranda, some visa problems, got here late. Motter getting the start in left field. Jumps on that first pitch. Oh, what a catch. A desperation leap pays off for Steve Pearce because that was going to produce a run. Nonetheless, the Mariners get a 2-run shot from Nelly, 2-0 with the Blue Jays coming to bat. Half inning, and we already have the Big Fish Casino big catch. How about Steve Pearce? This is going to be a run-scoring double for sure if he doesn't make that last lunge.
All right, in the end of the glove, perfect time jump for Pearce. Cost the Mariners a run. Take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. They have struggled this year. Jose Bautista hitting just 177 with 3 home runs. You see Kevin Pillar, the leadoff hitter. Justin Smoke, the former Mariner, he'll back cleanup. Solid start for Justin, 255 with 5 home runs. Luke Maile will round out the 9 for the Jays. For Chase DeYoung, see what he's done so far. A 6.75 ERA, 6 strikeouts, 5 walks, and 13 in the third. Good fastball, right at 90 miles an hour. Has a curveball and a changeup, occasional slider.
Double-A Texas League Pitcher of the Year in the Dodgers chain last year. This is right to our left, just the Bucks. Strike one, Kevin Pillar.
Chase pitched well in his last outing. 6 innings, 1 earned run.
Pillar, 295, 4 home runs. 9 runs batted in. Segura really got caught in between there. It wasn't hit that hard and couldn't make up his mind to backhand.
A lot of side English on the ball.
Okay.
You can see it was slicing on him. He was going to go to his right to make the play, and the ball actually slices back on him as you take a look at it.
It's a good look right here. Oh, yeah, there it is.
And they tried to make the adjustment. Just wasn't able to do it. Tough play. Dyson will get the start in center field. You can see Taylor Motter out in left. Mike Freeman is your second baseman tonight. Danny Valencia at first. Buffy Gosowich will do the catching.
You're probably more prone to get that at short than third.
Up the middle, yes.
Yeah. Here's Ezekiel Carrera coming off a 3-for-5, 2 RBI performance. And last night's win against Cleveland, 8-7.
For Chase in his last outing, he threw his fastball 60% of the time. Again, his average fastball right at 90 miles an hour. Used his changeup and his curveball a lot. Only threw his slider 1 time.
Pillar will run. He's 4 out of 8. Strike 2, Carrera. Carrera, 29 years old, out of Venezuela. Second year with the Jays. He's been with Philly, Cleveland, and Detroit. Showed bunt. Heck of a save by Tuffy Goswitch. Tuffy and Carlos Ruiz, the catchers now for the Mariners. And again, tip of the cap to Carlos Ruiz yesterday. Just a monster game in his return to Philadelphia. Great moment for him. He went 1 for 4, drove in 4, had a 3-run double and a sac fly.
And the fans in Philadelphia treated him great.
Yeah, that was outstanding. That really was outstanding. He put in a lot of years in that organization and led them to a world championship. 2-1 here to Carrera. Three balls, 1 strike. Jose Bautista's on deck. Blue Jay Club got off to a brutal month of April, 8-17. Out of the box, they lose 9 out of 10 and 11 out of 14. They have a winning record against one foe, Cleveland, 2-1. 5-5 with Tampa, Angels 2-2, and losing records to Baltimore, Boston, Milwaukee, the Yankees, and St. Louis. Back with a strike. Chase DeYoung coming over from the Dodgers organization in March. Chase originally drafted by these Blue Jays, second round of the 2012 draft out of Wilson High School in Long Beach, California. As most pitchers are, he's a good golfer, and golf's certainly going to run in the family. His father-in-law to be is Bernhard Langer. Pitch fouled off. Pilar returning. Might have seen a catch he made about 3 days ago. Superman catch here.
Did.
Where he did a flat layout running towards left center field, and not a lot of room to spare. That's going to work. A broken bat, Luca. Pilar's going to dig for third and get there. Runners at the corners. Couple of balls just not hit well enough, or hit well enough. And now the Blue Jays are in business. Runners at the corners here in the first inning.
Two broken bats. So not much luck for Chase here in the early goings. Made some quality pitches, breaks two bats, and end up with 2 base hits, and he's got a first and third situation with nobody out.
Yamamoto out in left field for the Mariners. 2-0 and a Nelson Cruz home run. Here's Jose Bautista. Joey Bats went 1 for 3 with a homer last night, drove in 3. They stopped by Goswitch. Earlier, when we saw Cleveland, we talked about the late signings of Napoli, late signings of Encarnacion. Same with Bautista. Didn't get signed till January 18th. Looking for a big long-term contract. Got a 1-year deal here. 6-time All-Star. Two 2-0. DeYoung went 14-5 Tulsa last year with a 2.86 ERA. He's trying to get out of a jam here. The 3-0 to Bautista. Justin Smoke, former Mariners on deck. Kendrys Morales, another former Mariner. Saw Dominic Leone. He's in the bullpen for the Jays. Right to Seager, throw over to first, and Danny can't find it. Pilar at third will hold there. Back safely at first is Carrera.
Solid line drive right at Kyle. He gets rid of the ball quickly. That's what happened over at first base. He was tangled up with the runner. The ball ended up behind Danny. Hit him.
Yep. One away, runners at the corners. Justin Smoke, third year with the Jays.
You mentioned all the injuries. I had a chance to talk to Justin today and was thrilled with the opportunity to get to play every day again. And now he's hitting cleanup for this club, hitting .255, 5 home runs, 17 RBIs for Justin.
Ball 1. Big Smokey, 5 years with the Mariners. Best year 2013. 238, 20 homers, 50 runs batted in.
Good pitch.
2-0. Smoke's grounded into 4 double plays. Mariners love to make it 5 right here. Another 3-0 count. To Smoke. There's strike 1. .6'4" Californian dealing 3-1. Jays are on the board. RBI Smoke. Pilar scores, moving up 90 feet is Carrera. 2-1 ball game. Smoke's 18th run batted in.
Part of the struggles for the Blue Jays is hitting with runners in scoring position, hitting .214 as a team. But Justin Smoke picks him up right here. Solid line drive, base hit back up the middle on a fastball. Looked like it was middle in. And they would like to get some innings out of him. If you look at the Mariners in their last 3 ball games, they have struggled as far as the starters go. You're talking 3 1/3, 3 2/3, just 5 innings. It's been difficult for the starters to get deeper into games.
Yeah. 2-1. 2-1 here in the first inning. That's going to bring up Steve Pearce. Steve's been around, 34-year-old utility player. He's been with Pittsburgh, Baltimore twice, Houston, the Yankees, Tampa Bay, and Toronto now. Actually 3 times with Baltimore. Ball 1. Mariners infield of Seager, Segura, Freeman, and Valencia. Cano with a sore right quad, keeping him out. That's a fair ball. Seager to Freeman for 1. They go around the horn, get the double play. So double play, pitcher's best friend as always. Jays get on the board. It's 2-1 Mariners. Sports being brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, presenting rock and roll legend Randy Bachman May 20th. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. By Safeco Insurance, find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. By Primera Blue Cross, your hometown health plan for 84 years. And by your local Ford stores. Good look at Rogers Center. Roof closed this evening. 54 degrees here in Toronto. Mariners have a 2-1 lead. Nelly Cruz 2-run homer in the first inning. And close for cool temperatures tonight. Much appreciated, whoever's in charge. Mike Freeman leads it off, followed by Tuffy Goswitch and Gerard Dyson. 7-8-9 here against Marco Estrada. Mike looking for his 3rd hit. Being called back is 2 for 23.
If you missed the first inning, Nelson Cruz with a 2-run home run to dead center field. For Nelson, his 8th home run, now has 31 RBIs.
Tops in the American League, and again, the beauty of Nelson Cruz, 8th in hitting. And he's just remarkable.
0-2 here to Freeman. Strike 3 called. He's done. Second strikeout for Estrada.
Just a good fastball right on the outside corner. Estrada, he will throw his fastball a lot, and again, it's right at 90 miles an hour. His best off-speed pitch is his changeup.
Tough and go switch the catcher. Went 1 for 5 in Tuesday's win in Philadelphia.
His fastball command has been good this year. You look at his strikeouts and his walks, they're much better than last year, but opponents hitting just 215 off of his fastball.
Tough and called up with Mike Zunino being sent down to Tacoma. Pounds this one to the shortstop, Ryan Goins. 2 away. Quick 2 outs here in the second. MLB TV Premium. It's back and better than ever. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 sponsored devices. Plus, you get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply, so visit MLB.TV for details. Gerard Dyson, center fielder, batting 9th today. He's 0 for 4 career against Estrada. One-0 pitch up high. 2-0.
We will see that a lot from Estrada. His fastball at 90, he will try to pitch at the top of the strike zone so he can go to his changeup.
Right over the plate, 2-1. Estrada coming off a 13-8 campaign last year. First time he gone for double-figure wins in his career. 3.13 ERA. Gerard Dyson trying to get something started. He's tied with Jose Altuve and Lorenzo Cain atop the American League stolen base charts with 9. Blue Jays continue to draw well, even though it's been a lousy start to the season. In attendance this year, they are 3rd in the American League behind the Red Sox and the Angels. 3rd full count here. We were here last year. Boy, the crowd was rocking. That team was rocking as well. Swing and a miss. Tag applied. And a good inning for Marco Estrada. He strikes out 2, gives him 3 in the ball game. Mariners lead it 2-1. here in Toronto. This Saturday, join Dan Wilson, Jay Buhner, Macklemore, Seahawks, Bobby Wagner, along with John Ryan, plus many more special guests. It's the All-Star Softball Classic at Safeco Field. Your ticket's going to help at-risk youth win the battle for their future. So go to uwkc.org for tickets. Kids 14 and under, you get in free. Ryan Goins, game winner last night against Cleveland. Went 3 for 4, knocked in 2. Chase DeYoung gave up a run on 3 hits, got out of it with the double play ball. RBI to Justin Smoke, the former Mariner.
His fastball tonight has been 90, 91 miles an hour.
Ball 2 strikes.
Still trying to get a feel for his curveball. It was an excellent pitch for him in his last outing.
Closest thing we have to a full windup in Major League Baseball these days. Chase DeYoung. Don't see much of that. Tall, rangy kid, 6'4", 205. Just 23 years old. Bounce to Valencia. He'll take it. 1 away. Bring up second baseman Devin Travis. Rode over to the ballpark today with Chase, talking about his future father-in-law Bernhard Langer, one of the great pros.
Right.
He says Bernhard has a, what did he say, a 3 and a 4 iron. The old Hogan says like a butter knife. Reshafted it, and they said he just swears by it. And the other thing that
Chase is using it.
Bernhard's using it. We were talking about golf equipment because
right.
Skip, he's got service there. This kid kills it off the tee, as you would expect. 1-0. But the other thing was interesting. We got to talking golf on the ride over, and he's talking about his dad. He's a doctor, internal medicine, his specialty. Plays 36 twice a week, and he's scratched. I was like, kudos.
Yes.
36 twice a week. Good for him. I'm jealous.
I can tell. You should be.
Man. I don't think they'd have to. Here's a ball. Tough play. Good speed there. Is off the back. Base hit. Devin Travis.
Infield hit. Kyle doing everything that he can. The barehanded play. Gets rid of it quickly. Just too much speed. Kyle, one of the best at making this play. So you look at the Blue Jays now. They have 4 hits. Only one of them was hit hard, and that was the Smoke base hit that drove in the 1 run.
Chris Coghlan. Last time we saw him, he was a Chicago Cub. So you can tell they got a lot of career role players getting plenty of time with this Blue Jays ball club with their extensive disabled list. Includes former MVP Josh Donaldson, All-Star Russell Martin, All-Star Troy Tulowitzki, among others. There's Russell Martin, really good catcher, good hitter. One to Chris Coghlan. We saw him also with the Oakland Athletics last year. He had a .46 with limited action with them, .252 with the Cubs. 31 years old, out of the University of Mississippi. Chase looking for another double play ball. Goes to ball 2. Mariners in second place. First time they've been to 500. 6 games off the pace set by Houston. Houston at 23-11 starting today. Duffy throws down. Back safely is Travis. Another 3-ball count by Chase. On deck hitter is Luke Maile, the catcher.
Slow start for Luke.
Dyson right at it. Second hard hit ball. 2 outs here in the second. And at first, Devin Travis. So now Chase DeYoung going to try to finish off the Jays here in the second inning against Luke Maile, the catcher. Last 2 years, backup catcher at Tampa Bay.
Hitting 9th in the lineup. See, just 1 for 17 on the year.
Coming into this at bat, a career 199 hitter. .199 over his limited playing time. 57 games down at Tampa Bay. His time here, he's played 6 more here. One and one, not much of a lead at first. Breaking ball for strike.
I like that Tuffy continues to call the curveball, even though his command of it hasn't been real good here early on, because he's going to need that pitch to go along with his fastball. Keep throwing it. Eventually he'll find it.
Fly ball left field. Taylor Motter put it away. That'll do it for the Jays in the second. They leave a man stranded. Mariners have a 2-1 lead. As Mariners in front 2-1 as we get ready for the third. As you look at CN Tower. Time for our Coors Light Cold Hard Facts. Most times reaching base in a player's first 13 games of a rookie season since 1969. Ben Gamble's on this list. Jay Bruce, Corey Seager, Tim Raines, the Hall of Famer. It's all entering today. So nice work by Ben Gamble. Gene Segura is now qualified to be in the top 10. He's got enough at-bats now, starting today as the leading hitter in the American League.
And a double his first time up.
He did go as they checked with Ted Barrett. Top of the order, Segura, Gamble, and Cruz. Marco Estrada got to the pro ranks back in 05, got to the big leagues in 08 with Washington. 08 and 09 with them, then moved on to Milwaukee. Right center field, a long one. That's going to drop in. Another hit for Segura. And it's another double. This time a stand-up double as the Mariners off to a good start here in the third. A 2-for-2 day.
He is fun to watch. Had a double towards left center field his first time up, and this time a pretty good pitch. It'll be off the plate away. Too close for him to take, and he hits it the other way. And another double. So 2 doubles for him tonight.
Lars couldn't get it. Carrera couldn't get it. 6th double for Segura. Brings up Ben Gamble, struck out on a 1-2 pitch.
He was late on the fastball his first time up. See if he makes the adjustment.
Ball 1. Mariners 1 for 3 runners in scoring position to this point. Again, no Robinson Cano, out with a sore right quad. Make that 1 for 2 runners in scoring position.
It was strange in his first at bat to see Gamble behind the fastball, because that's the one thing that he has done really well since being called up, is he has stayed on the fastball and hit it hard.
Fine job in Philly last 2 days. 2 for 4 yesterday. 1-1 pitch. 2-1. Gene Segura out at second base.
Good changeup.
Sure was. 2-2. Astros have a 2-0 lead at the Yankees. That's top of the 4th. The pitching matchup there. Keuchel against Michael Pineda. 2-2 pitch. Full count. Nelson Cruz on deck. Estrada working at a nice pace here. 3-2. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Gamble. 4th K. For Estrada, second time he got Gamble.
Take a look at Estrada. Talked about his fastball tonight and his changeup, and you can see it's tough as a hitter when he's throwing his changeup 40% of the time when he is behind in the count, 38% when he's ahead in the count. So it's hard to eliminate pitches, and for him, that's what he does. He wants to keep you off balance. Again, his fastball at 90 miles an hour, but the changeup is a big weapon for him.
Has there been a big influence in terms of his pacing here?
Mark Burley. Yeah, how quickly he gets the ball and throws it. Yeah, it's Burley. Had a conversation with him, and it's something that he has really tried to work hard at.
Nelly Cruz 1-2 pitch here, and straightaway center field. He knew he had it the minute he contacted it. His second career home run against Estrada. He's now 6 for 11 against Marco.
When you watch Estrada, he works quickly, and that's because of Mark Burley, who, when he was pitching, was one of the fastest every year as far as time in between pitches.
I think we saw one of his final appearances. I think it was 2 years ago. I think we were here.
I think his fastball at that point was 84 miles an hour, and he would still just get it and throw it.
Yeah, he did. All he wanted to catch it. Tell me what you want. Here it is. I'll deliver. One out runner at second. Runner, nope. Good bluff there by Segura. And here, there's the shortstop saying going.
I think he was going to. Didn't like his jump.
Cruz with his 8th home run, RBIs 30 and 31, having a fabulous year. 8th in hitting. First in runs batted in. Think he pulled something maybe?
Nelson is worried about it.
Yep.
He's waiting on him.
Rick Griffin at the ready. So here we go. Mariners cannot afford to have Gene Segura hurt again. 1-2 pitch here to Cruz. Way outside. No word on how long Cano might be out. Some popped up. Pilar, long run. Second baseman going out. And making a play is Devin Travis. Cruz retired. 2 outs. Here's up Kyle Seager. Judging by that body language, Segura is not real pleased with what may have happened to him.
Kyle with a base hit his first time up. Line drive. Off the shortstop's glove for a base hit.
One to Kyle. Count here for Kyle. 2-0. He's 4 for 12 against Marco Estrada.
Estrada wanted that last fastball. He wanted it called a strike, but it wasn't. Hitters count for Kyle.
Three and 0.
He will be swinging if he likes it.
Once he is on deck. Seen him do a lot of damage. 3-0. Takes.
Change up.
Travis out short right field, the second baseman. Smoke will take it. Beat his old teammate to the bag. That'll do it for the Mariners. They get a leadoff double by Segura. Can't move him along. 2-1 Seattle. brought to you by Primera Blue Cross, your hometown health plan for 84 years. And by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. Great city, Toronto. 68 degrees inside Rogers Center. Outside, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Chase DeYoung, top of the order. He'll face now with Kevin Pillar, Ezequiel Carrera, and Jose Bautista. There's Gamble towards the line. And he makes the play. 1 out.
Good concentration. He knew the short wall was getting to him in a hurry. Catch it just before he gets to the wall. Good concentration as he slams his hip into it. Appears to be fine.
Track that beautifully. Oof. Thank goodness for pads. Pillar now 1 for 2. Here's Carrera. Broken bat single to left. Pillar and Carrera got broken bat base hits. And Smoke with a hard hit single up the middle produced the Toronto run. John Toon-Payne is picking up. Who was it? Jim, he just retired last year.
Joyce?
Jim Joyce.
Yes.
Picking up where he left off. Big volume on the calls. Two and two. Strike 3. Way to battle back. 2 down. First strikeout. Chase DeYoung.
Looked like a couple of breaking balls. Maybe starting to get a better feel for him. Take a look. 78 miles an hour. Towards the top of the strike zone.
There's Bautista lined out hard to Kyle Seager. Nice saved by Tuffy Gosers. Ball 1. 36 years old now, Jose Bautista. 2-time American League home run champion. 54 in 2010 and came back with 43 the next year. Nice tight break on that pitch.
Starting to get a better feel for it. Curveball, slider, changeup.
Oh, 2 strikes.
Good fastball right on the inside corner.
Textbook, wasn't it?
Yeah. After the curveball, then the slider, changeup. He comes right back inside with a fastball on his hands. Elevated above the belt on the inside corner. I think it would have been called a strike if he had taken it.
1-2 pitch. Lined hard and foul. Home run like last night was similar to that. He kept it fair. Was a hook and line drive. Very slow start for Bautista. Hitting at 176. Fly ball deep right field. Going back Gamble. He's got it measured. He's on the track. That'll do it for the Jays here in the 3rd. A long, loud out. 3 complete here in Toronto. 2-1 Mariners.
12-6 curveball, and it is a really good pitch for him. He threw it a little bit more in his last outing, and you can see the break, able to catch the top of the strike zone for a called strike 3. And we'll take a look at his curveball. You can see 76 miles an hour. Goes at 12% of the time. It was more closer to 17% in his last outing, and I think it's the reason why he was able to get through 6 innings.
Dave Valley joins us right now. Val, how do you rate that curveball by the young man?
Val, how much of that is on Tuffy catching him tonight for him to continue to call it, even if it's in a situation where Chase isn't real comfortable?
Val, thanks so much, and we'll catch you on Mariners Post game presented by Alaska Airlines. Good conversation about the breaking ball. There's Taylor Motter lined out to left, his first at bat. On 1 to Taylor. Here's the 1-0. Goes blunt. And it goes to 2 balls, no strikes. Luke Maile going out to talk to Estrada.
66 pitches, 40 strikes.
Taylor Motter getting another start here. He's in left field tonight. Late.
Hit the ball hard his first time up. Was robbed of a base hit. Line drive out to left field.
Estrada ready to roll. Two balls, 2 strikes to Taylor Motter. Be followed by Mike Freeman. Another full count. Estrada went 3-0 to Valencia. It was 3-2 here to Motter. He's got 5 full counts. So Freeman on deck. Runner goes, and Valencia picks it up. Here's the left fielder Pierce to his left to make the catch. Out number 1.
Mariners done a pretty good job not swinging at the high fastball. For Estrada, that is an important pitch to him. So making him work a little bit more. Now it's 70 pitches.
There's Mike Freeman. Struck out looking in his first at bat. Mariners got their runs. A 2-run shot. Nelson Cruz first inning on a 1-2 pitch. Justin Smoke tied it with, or put the Jays on the board with an RBI single in the first. Marco Estrada, 1-3 with a 4.13 ERA career against the Mariners. 0-2 here in Toronto. Easy play for Pilar. Two outs, man at first. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Two outs, man aboard, brings up Tuffy Go Switch, grounded out to short his first time. Back one to Tuffy. Foul back. With all the injuries, we do know that Christian Bergman will start tomorrow. Saturday's game, that's still very much up in the air. Joe Biagini will start for Toronto. Marcus Stroman will go Saturday for the Jays. And then Ariel Miranda, we do know that he'll pitch on Sunday. 0-2 to Tuffy. And a miss, he's gone. Fifth strikeout. Runner stranded in the fourth, but the Mariners lead 2-1. Recreational activities going on right outside Rogers Center here in Toronto, where the Mariners open up game one of a 4-game series and will come home for a week, then hit the road coming back east again following week against Washington, Boston, and then head to Colorado. Next week at home it'll be Oakland and the White Sox. Here's Justin Smoke. Produced the first run for Toronto. Base hit to center field.
He was able to get a fastball out over the plate, hit it hard, back up the middle.
Mariners put the shift on. They've got Freeman and Segura out in short right field. There you have it. Nelson Cruz, 2-run homer in the first, and Smoke responsible for the run scoring here tonight. Third season here in Toronto for Smoke. Did 5 in Seattle, 1 in Texas. Again, this is a team that went to the League Championship Series against Cleveland, losing in 5 games. Significant output on the disabled list. Josh Donaldson, an MVP. Calf strain, and you got Russell Martin's got a nerve inflammation on his shoulder. And Smoke works a walk. First free pass issued by Chase DeYoung. CenturyLink bringing you what's next. Christian Bergman will get a start. Go against Joe Biagini. And hopefully sometime tonight and certainly tomorrow, find out who the Mariners will start on Saturday. It has been a personnel scramble, Mike, with all the injuries this ball club has had.
It has been, and you can see Biagini, he actually was in the bullpen for the Jays, but because of their injuries, he's now in the rotation. Looking forward to watching Bergman get the start tomorrow. Threw the ball well in Seattle.
Here's Joe. Kendrys Morales in the foreground, former Mariner. Dominic Leone used to be in the Mariner pen. 14th season, 15th season. Steve Pearce bounced into an inning-ending double play in the first. Here's Kendrys. Foul tip. Morales hoping to play tomorrow. Left hamstring. He said he was ready to go, but they wanted to give him just one more day. 1-1 pitch. Ball 2. Houston now 3-0 over the Yankees in New York. San Diego leads at Texas 1-0 in the first. Baltimore and Washington rained out. Boston beat Milwaukee 4-1. Out in Wisconsin. Segura calling off Modern. Gene will make the play. One out, one on here in the fourth. Bring up Ryan Goins.
Chasing 60 pitches, 33 strikes. He is hanging in there. I don't think he's as sharp as he was in his last outing. Being able to make some pitches when he's needed to.
Run on 3 hits in the first inning. 1 hit, runner stranded in the second. Pitched a 1-2-3 third. Got a walk, then got a pop out here in the fourth. Seager creeping in on the grass at third. And that's ball 1. Smoke should be honored.
Not running.
Kansas City beat Tampa Bay 6-0. Jason Vargas picked up the win. He's 5-1 with a 1.01 ERA. Struggling Kansas City. High fly ball right field. Ben Gamble right there for the catch. 2 away here in the fourth. The Mariners host the Oakland Athletics next Tuesday. After the game, Cedar Grove is providing 5,000 fans with a bag of soil to help tend to your home garden. Go to Mariners team stores or mariners.com for tickets. 2 outs, 1 on. There's a Devin Travis, a little squibber to reach base in the second inning. Base hit. There's a strike. 5 for 16 at first pitch strikes for Chase DeYoung.
His last outing, going 6 innings, only 75 pitches. I think Scott will let him throw a few more pitches here tonight. And last 3 outings by the Mariners starters have not lasted long. 3 1/3, 3 2/3, and 5. So the bullpen has had to pitch a lot lately.
Two outs, a man aboard, a 1-2 pitch here. It's hanging up for Motter. Chase DeYoung, nice work through 4. The walk doesn't hurt him whatsoever. He's got a lead here, 2-1. Fan hit some abuse from his friends here. You bet. Time now for today's T-Mobile Unlimited Baseball Break. How about this? Youngest pitchers on active American League rosters. Jose Alvarado with Tampa Bay, Berto Osuna here in Toronto, then Edwin Diaz, Luis Severino, and Chase DeYoung. Thought there'd be more. I agree with our producer Curtis Wilson. I thought there'd be more guys on that list. Here's Gerard Dyson. That's a strike count at 1-1. Dyson, Segura, and Gamble. You got Estrada with 5 strikeouts, walked 1, gave up a 2-run homer in the first to Nelson Cruz.
But the way the Mariners have been swinging the bats, it would be great to get Dyson hot.
I hear you.
Such a difference maker for him when he's on the bases.
All 2 strikes. He's played a good center field. Stolen 9 bases. Tied for the league lead with Altuve of Houston and Lorenzo Cain of Kansas City. Strike 3 called. 6 strikeout. Marco Estrada.
Right at the top of the strike zone. That's a breaking ball. A lot of bite to it. I just thought that pitch was high. I think maybe he had an argument.
Top of the order, and Gene Segura's got a couple of doubles, leading hitter in the American League. Goes the other way. Second baseman will take care of this. Devin Travis, first time they retire Segura. Bring up Ben Gamble. He struck out twice. So he struck out twice against this guy. You've pretty much seen everything he's been thinking right now coming into this AB.
Well, hopefully he'll get back at the fastball again. It's the reason why he's been so hot. You see his average at 358 now. I think sometimes you look at a pitcher and you look at the numbers and you get the information, and for Estrada, it's his changeup. The changeup is what everybody's concerned about, and it seems to me, watching Ben, that he has that changeup in the back of his mind. That's why he's been late on some fastballs he's been able to get to hit. Missed with that changeup up out of the strike zone.
2-0. Three-0 count. Back with a strike. Three-one from Estrada. Ball four. Second walk.
And we were talking about Estrada. His fastball has been a good pitch for him. You can see opponents hitting just 215. His changeup 222. His cutter at 235. But you look at the changeup, when he leaves it up and out over the plate, the slugging goes way up at 472. So hopefully he'll make a mistake right here. Nelson Cruz walking in has already hit a home run. That was on the fastball.
Straight away center field. Home run number 8. RBIs 30 and 31. League leader in RBIs. Second time up, Nelly popped out to second. Again tonight, the 8th leading hitter in the American League. Mariners without Robinson Cano. He's 4th in the league in hits. Sore right quad.
I think he was second in RBIs. Cano was to Cruz.
He is correct, tied with 1, 2, 3, 2 other players. See if Cruz can make something happen again here. 2-1 pitch here from Estrada. Is that a play?
And fastball elevated for him. It was on the outside corner.
Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs and a man at first. Favoring that way, Pillarney outruns it. Mariners spend a runner in the 5th. Lead still at 2-1. Seattle Mariners baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. As we look at one of the many streetcars here in the great city of Toronto, as far as I know, none named Desire, but that's a whole nother topic. 2-1. 2-1 Mariners on top. Chase DeYoung through 4. Giving up a run on 4 hits. Justin Smoke with the RBI in the first inning.
Again, starting to use his curveball more. Pitch 12-6 curveball. He's mixing in a few sliders with it.
Chris Coughlin. Perfectly placed Gene Segura. The guys who do all the analytics and all the defensive placements, they must want to throw a party every time that happens, when they move the guy that far over and the ball's hit right to him.
Spoken to him, they love it. They do.
Man, it's uncanny sometimes.
Especially when he doesn't have to move at all.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the catcher flied out to left. This might be a nice quick inning. Danny's got to play. Quick 2 outs. Time now for our Geico. This date in MLB history. Take it back to '84. Mariners beat the Yankees 17 innings at the stadium. Each club scored in the 14th inning. Jack Percante's sac fly scored Darnell Coles with the game winner in the 17th inning. Chase DeYoung has retired the last 5 men that he's faced. 6 of the last 7. 8 of the last 9. 9 of the last 10. Boy, he's done well. That's a nice run. That's a bigger run than I thought it was.
Darnell Coles, I believe, was a first-round pick as a shortstop for the Mariners.
Ten of the last 11 he's retired. One to Pilar, got an infield broken bat base hit first time up. Second time fly to Gamble. Chase got a nice rhythm going too, just like Estrada does. One-two pitch. Young pitchers with curveballs. So you have one for it from what you've seen. One of the better curveballs. There's a kid 23 years old just coming up.
You don't see many guys throw the 12-6 curveball, which means it's throwing more down, and be able to throw it for strikes. And I'll be curious, more we see of him when he's going to bounce that pitch, when he wants to bounce it, to get him to chase it. Because right now I think he's trying to throw it for a strike every time. But it's a pretty good curveball. Again, it really helps him. His fastball at 90 miles an hour. We haven't seen his changeup a lot today. He's now at 74 pitches through 75 pitches against the Rangers at home when he went 6 innings, giving up just the 4 hits and the 1 run.
Pilar works a walk, second walk, issued by DeYoung. He's up Ezekiel Guerrero, 1 for 2. Last time up, took a called third strike in a 2-2 pitch. First walk didn't hurt DeYoung. That was back in the 4th.
I think we'll see him throw over to first a number of times.
Pilar 4 out of 8. Jays would love to get something going here. Down the line and foul. All right. Souvenir. Well, that's some great left-handed moves. Andy Pettit at the very top. Good right-hand moves.
Well, that comes down to quick feet, really. Going over to first isn't always his choice. Sometimes it comes from the dugout. They'll ask him to throw over to first.
Decent lead for Pilar. Base hit, a one-hopper. Fielded by Motter. So Carrera with his second hit tonight. Tying a go-ahead run to a board for Jose Bautista.
Going the other way. It's on the outside corner. Just didn't get it down far enough. Solid base hit in the left field. Dangerous hitter. Walking to the plate even though he's been struggling.
One for three with a home run last night.
Nobody getting loose in the pen.
Oh for 2. He's lined out to Seager, taking Gamble to the track in right field. Tough one for Chase right there. He had Bautista flinching. Probably should have gone his way. Two and up. Getting careful. And now he's behind 3-0 with Justin Smoke on deck.
Bautista can swing if he wants to. Quality pitch.
7th 3-ball count for Chase DeYoung. Two on here and 2 out. And now they're loaded.
2 quick outs and now a couple of walks and a base hit. Mel Stottlemyre Jr. going to make a trip out to the mound. Again, nobody getting loose in the bullpen. Chase now at 81 pitches. 75 was his limit last time out. Won't get a fastball back up the middle his first time up, driving in the 1 run for the Blue Jays. The time that Justin was with the Mariners, I like to see Chase try to stay in on his hands.
Maniac is setting the defense. Smoke with a solid single up the middle on a 3-1 pitch in the first inning. Walked in a 3-1 pitch in the fourth. 2-1 Mariners and a two-run homer by Cruz in the first. And Segura can't get it. Tying run scores. Go-ahead run scores. Bautista the third. Justin Smoke doing damage against his former team. 3-2 Toronto. Two RBIs on that one, 3 for the night. He's got 20 on the season.
Right off the end of the bat, gets just enough of it to hit it over Segura's head. Blue Jays are now 2 for 4 runners in scoring position, both hits belonging to Justin Smoke. Great effort by Segura, just not able to get to it.
Here's Steve Pearce, 0 for 2. That is a foul ball. Bautista fortunate to get out of the way. Oof. Needs to be a world-class athlete.
He wasn't sure which way to go on that.
Just enough wiggle.
Yep.
Pierce 0 for 3 in last night's game. Chase needs an out big time here. One. Speed pitch in there for strike.
Another curveball.
Machi heating up. So 3-2 Toronto lead now here in the 5th. Ball and 2 strikes. That stays at 1 and 2. Two-run single, Justin Smoke. Just put Toronto in front. One-two pitch. Hit well left field. And it is gone. 3-run homer by the veteran journeyman Steve Pearce to make it a 6-2 Toronto lead. For Steve Pearce, his 4th home run. Gets him to 10 runs batted in.
And Chase makes a mistake with his fastball. 92 miles an hour, one of the better fastballs he's thrown tonight. But it is elevated and right in the middle of the plate. A couple of walks, Dave. A couple of walks in this inning really hurt Chase.
Yep. 2-1 lead goes to a 6-2 deficit. Ryan Goins 0 for 2. Pounds this one, couple of hops. Danny Valencia will take it. Mariners got to put on the rally caps here. So we go to the 6th inning. And here's the big blow of the ball game here so far. Coming off the bat of Steve Pearce, journeyman player, and he got a cookie right there, and he gobbled it up. Toronto, Ontario, Canada, 6-2 lead for the Jays. They just had a 5-run fifth. As we take a look, the Mariners calendar is being brought to you by Mattress Firm. Weekend up here in Toronto, then come home for the A's and the White Sox, and then back out to the East Coast again for Washington and Boston. There's Kyle Seager to lead it off. Seager, Valencia, and Mater in the 6th inning. 1-for-2 night for Kyle. Zach Curtis just called up today. Starting to heat up. Mariners got their 2 runs. First inning, Nelly Cruz, home run straightaway center field. 2 runs on 3 hits in that first inning. Since then, Estrada's held the Mariners to 1 hit.
He's mixed it up with his fastball and his changeup. A few sliders in there, but mostly it's been the fastball changeup combination.
And Kyle's gone. 7th strikeout for Marco Estrada. The roster move made earlier today. Zach Curtis recalled from Double-A Arkansas and Dan Altavilla sent back to Tacoma. Scott Services probably see a lot of that. Want to keep some fresh arms, many fresh arms as possible, and hopefully in the next week to 10 days, maybe to 2 weeks, we'll start getting the likes of Paxton and Felix Hernandez back.
Now that will make a difference, having those guys, because they can pitch deeper into games. Help the bullpen out.
Danny, fly to left and a walk. Looks a strike, 1-1. Mariners looking to rally here. They've won 4 consecutive ball games, 6 of the last 7. It goes foul. Aaron Loop starting to heat up here for the Blue Jays as Danny swings and misses. It's 8 Ks. Quick 2 outs here in the 6th. Nelson Cruz is the next to step to the plate in this season's bobblehead lineup. Join us Saturday, June 3rd, when thanks to KeyBank, first 20,000 fans are going to score a bobblehead of the Mariners slugger. Swing by Mariners.com for tickets. Here's Taylor Motter, lined out to left, fly to left. Two 2-0.
101 pitches for Estrada. His season high is 109. So closing in on that.
Back with a strike. Estrada truly did listen to Mark Burley. He is moving.
Well, especially now that he has a 4-run lead.
You betcha.
He's being more aggressive with his fastball.
3-2. Just enough to stay alive. 3-2. 2 out, nobody on here in the 6th.
Mike Freeman waiting on deck.
No Robinson Cano, sore right quad. No timetable on when he'll be available again. Hopefully tomorrow. Third walk by the starter Marco Estrada. Going to bring up Mike Freeman, who's looking for his first hit tonight. Struck out looking and fly to center. Off of Estrada, scrambles, underhand, gets the out. One man left as we go to the bottom of the sixth. 6-2 Blue Jays. The ball game, and all we have to do is go back to the fifth inning. 8 men to the plate, 5 runs on 3 hits. Justin Smoke's done all kinds of damage. He's driven in 3 runs. And then here's a big one right here, a home run, a 3-run shot by Steve Pierce. So 2 swings produced 5 runs right there. Chase DeYoung has been chased.
5 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs. They were all earned. 3 walks. 2 of them ended up scoring. I think when Chase looks back at this game, the 2 walks that he had in the 5th is going to upset him a little bit. But 88 pitches for him. Turn it over to the bullpen.
Tough break as they got 2 quick outs in the 5th, and then things came apart as we take a look. Our Beacon Plumbing called to the pen. Zach Curtis. Saw him during spring training. He had a tough spring training.
Had some issues with his fastball command. So hopefully he's been able to iron that out.
This will be his 2nd stint in the big leagues. He was with Arizona last year, 21 games, 0-1 record, a 6.75 ERA, in 13 1/3 innings. 0-2 here. With Arizona last year, 13 1/3, 13 hits, 10 runs all earned, 2 homers, 13 walks, 10 strikeouts.
Yeah, the walks at this level, that will cost you on your ERA. Typically the guys will cash that in.
Valencia, good quicks, nice play. One out here in the home 6th. Chris Coghlan. Curtis not a big guy, 5'9", 190 out of Panama City Beach, Florida. It's a 6th round pick in 2014 by the Diamondbacks out of Middle Tennessee State. Swing and a miss. Back in November, Zach Curtis, along with Mitch Haniger and Gene Zagora, came over from the D-backs in exchange for Ketel Marte and Taijuan Walker.
His numbers from last year, you see the 13 walks, 10 strikeouts, and 13 in the third. It's at 255 against him. Left-handed hitter up there. I'd like to see his breaking ball. So far his fastball to Coughlin, 91, 92 miles an hour.
Two and two.
His best fastball so far at 93.
Worked inside. That's a foul ball, says Ted Barrett.
He hit it off his foot. It's going to be the slider, it looked like. Yeah, that's right off of his toe.
Big toe. Jeez.
Yeah, that was square. He's going to feel that one for a while. On the wrist, 91 mile an hour fastball. We'll take a look at it. Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
We're going to look at our Snoqualmie Supermo. Fastball getting away from him. Two-seamer, it looked like. Right on his hand.
Luke Maile, the catcher. 0 for 2. Curtis could use the double play here as he's 1-1 to Luke Maile. 1 for 19 in his limited time.
Seeing Coughlin react the way that he did when he spun and hit the ground, it hurts. It really hurts, but it scares you more than anything. You're so worried about in that area if you're going to break your wrist or your hand. You can get some feeling in it right away, settle down some, but initially, more than the pain, it's the fear that maybe you broke something.
With all the injuries, Chris, and a lot of these guys getting a chance to play, and that's the last thing he needs, right?
And that's the point. It's a chance for him to play and to do something to stay on this ball club.
Just joining us, it's a as John Gibbons says, that's an expensive DL we have. Josh Donaldson, Jay Happ, Russell Martin, Kendrys Morales, Dalton Pompey, Aaron Sanchez, Bo Schultz, and Troy Tulowitzki.
I heard somebody saying today it was over $80 million
every bit
on the disabled list.
I heard that. Every bit. Ball and 2 strikes. 2-2. Melly coming over from Tampa Bay. Good to see Jason Phillips, bullpen catcher for the Blue Jays with the Mariners for a long time. Good guy. Two and two. Derek Shelton's also with the coaching staff now, longtime hitting coach with Tampa Bay. Mariners have won 4 consecutive games, 6 of the last 7. Jays are 2-1 on this homestand, and there's the strikeout of Luke Maile for out number 2. Zach Curtis's first Mariners strikeout. A new this season are BECU half price nights, where select view seats are available for as low as $13. Plus, fans can enjoy happy hour specials until first pitch. So join us for the next event on Monday against the Athletics. Details at mariners.com/specials. Top of the order, Kevin Pillar.
He's been on base a couple of times and scored twice. Base hit and a walk.
Coughlin taking his lead. Pillar, infield base hit, fly out and a walk. Scored on the Smoke first inning single. Scored again via Smoke. That was in the 5th. Seager goes to second base, gets that force there. That'll do it for the Jays. They strand a runner in the 6th and have a 6-2 lead. All right, Jen, thank you very much. Aaron Loop, left-hander, takes over.
Side armor.
His 14th ball game.
92 miles an hour on his fastball. Has a slider and a changeup. 14th appearance on the year, 2.63 ERA, 13 strikeouts over 8 walks. Opponent's hitting .259. He's given up 1 home run.
Duffy go switch 1-1. Tuffy, Dyson, and Segura. 8, 9, and 1 here in the 7th inning. That is one pronounced step and then throw across the body, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And he has a good fastball at 92. So you can get it on your hands. A lot of times you see guys drop down like that. They're more in the upper 80s, but his fastball a little better than that.
It looks like a reverse image. The Red Sox closer, the former Brave. Loop out of Louisiana, went from Raceland, Louisiana. Hanville, Louisiana. Craig Kimbrell's the guy I was thinking of.
Kimbrell throws 100.
Yeah, he does. Tuffy backs up Pilar. I mentioned Craig Kimbrell. He had an immaculate inning. 9 pitches.
3 strikeouts.
Bang. I would guess the average MPH was 97, 98.
I would say that's safe.
One down brings up Dyson. Strikeout swinging, strikeout looking. That cannot be a lot of laughs for a left-hander, right?
No.
I mean, no chance.
For a left-handed hitter, it's a tough angle. Try to pick the ball up.
You got to hang in.
Yep.
Loop's been with the Blue Jays since 2012 season. Been up and down a couple of times. Worked exclusively out of the pen. So Gerard Dyson's got a 1-2 count. Runners need some base runners.
Jason Grilli getting loose in the pen for the Blue Jays.
Coming in, left fielder Steve Pearce. 2 outs. CenturyLink brings you what's next, and Christian Bergman will get a start. Joe Biagini will start for the Blue Jays. We saw him out of the pen over the last couple of years. If you're just joining us, you know about all the guys on the DL for the Mariners. Largely pitchers. A lot of position players and a couple of pitchers mixed in the DL for Toronto. Here's Segura hitting at .373 atop the American League.
You mentioned it earlier. It'll be great to get Felix back, Paxton back.
And hopefully before the end of the month, today's the 11th, we get Mitch Haniger back. In addition to all the guys on the disabled list for Toronto, they missed a couple of guys who impacted nicely for them. Moved on. Edwin Encarnacion took us 42 and 127 to Cleveland. And we just saw Michael Saunders the last 2 days in Philly. He had the great all-star first half last year. Finished with 24 homers and 57 runs batted in. It's a team that went to the American League Championship Series. 3-1 here to Segura. 2 out, nobody on. So Segura works a walk. I'll bring up Ben Gamble.
Another base runner, and Nelson Cruz, who homered back in the first inning. Nelson is on deck.
It was a Nelly type of shot too. Straightaway center, no question about it.
Up into the restaurant.
Whew. Wasn't on the menu until it landed. Strikeout swinging twice for Gamble. Walked his 3rd time up. Pierce has to retreat and makes the play there. Another runner stranded. 6 tonight through 7 innings for the Mariners, who are down 6-2. Game. Then taking me out with the crowd to play Washington's lottery play today. A couple of Mariner fans, Hillary and Lisa, joining us here in Toronto. 6-2 Jays, first of 4 here. Dave Sims and Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew, and a big league debut, Sam Gaviglio. Sam, 26 years old, was drafted by the Rays, 40th round back in 08. Young man out of Oregon State. Sam Gaviglio, Beacon Plumbing, call to the pen.
Sam, I'm sure, a little bit nervous. Looked pretty good in his warm-ups. A fastball, split, a slider.
Been toiling in the minors since 2011. Gets the call. Sashi Wakuma yesterday had to be DL'd. He's fired up. He's always been a Mariner fan, growing up in Ashland, Oregon. As we mentioned yesterday, his guy growing up as a Mariner, Freddie Garcia. Well, Tuffy throws one back and airmailed
his head.
Sam Gaviglio, 0-1. With Tacoma this year, Gaviglio 2-3 with a 3.31. Tries to put away his first hitter in the big leagues, Ezequiel Carrera. moment for he and his family. See if he can put up a nice 1-2-3 here. Keep this a 6-2 ball game.
Well, so far, good sinking fastball, right around 89, 90 miles an hour. Saw the breaking ball right on the inside corner.
2-2 pitch.
Fastball at 90.
Two for 3 night for Carrera. 2-2 pitch.
See if he can get his first strikeout.
Do it again at 2-2. The foul ball. Most games he won in the minor leagues back in 2012 with the Quad Cities and Midwest League. He went 9-9 with the 3.92, 23 starts. I gave it a good shot. Sam was 2-3, 3.31 ERA at Tacoma before his call-up.
His first hitter in the major leagues, and it's going to be at least 10 pitches to him.
Definitely already something to remember.
Yeah. Win the battle.
Works from the extreme first base side of the rubber. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. First hitter, first big league strikeout. Sam Gaviglio. Way to go, Sam.
Right at the bottom of the strike zone. Good sink to it. Gets him to swing over the top of it. Congratulations. He had to work for it. 10 pitches to get the strikeout.
Check that box. Good for him. I didn't notice. Did they save the ball?
I didn't notice. I'm assuming they did.
There's Seager. Much easier second out.
Yep. Well, former Mariner Justin Smoke walking to the plate. A couple of hits for him tonight. He's driven in 3 runs.
Good night for him. He's knocked in 3, walked. He's 2 for 2. Ball 1. Mariners got a 2-0 lead first inning. Nelson Cruz, that's the only tallies they've had here tonight. Smoke put a run on the board in the first. Then it was a big part of a 5-run 5th inning. Drove in 2 with a single, and then Steve Pearce followed with a 3-run homer.
Let's see if Sam can have a clean inning. Maybe pick up another strikeout right here.
10-pitch strikeout, a 1-pitch ground out. He's 1-2 here to Smoke. Seager, a very long run. Give Seager a chance to catch his breath. One-two pitch. He got on top of that one and drove it a long way, and it is gone. Justin Smoke having a night against his former team. Home run number 6. 4th RBI tonight, gives him 21 on the season. It's 7-2 Jays.
I think it was a fastball, probably up out of the strike zone. He was still able to get to it. 89 miles an hour, borderline.
So another run on the board for Toronto. First pitch strike to Steve Pearce. He homered back in the 5th his last time up.
Well, here you can see it. Yeah, that's a fastball up out of the strike zone. See Tuffy having to reach for it.
0-2 to Pearce. Big night for Big Smokey. 3 for 3 with a walk, 4 runs batted in. Did he go? And Ted Barrett rings him up. So another strikeout for Sam Gaviglio. Gives up a home run to Smoke. We go to the 8th inning. Mariners down 7-2. Seven-2 Blue Jays here in the 8th inning. Here in Toronto, first of 4 against the Jays. Sashi Iwakuma's nickname, Kuma. It means bear in Japanese. So on May 19th, we're going to bring you Kuma Bear Hoodie Night. It's a fashion trend in the making, and it's free to the first 15,000 fans. Go to Mariners.com for tickets. New pitcher for the Jays, 40-year-old. As we go to Darwin Barney, he takes over. Chris Coughlin got hit on the hand last time up, and 40-year-old, 15-year Major League veteran Jason Grilli takes over.
Still has a good fastball at 93 miles an hour. Changeup, slider to go with it. Where the Mariners, Cruz, Seager, Valencia due up.
Nelson drives it deep right field and bangs off the wall. Attempt made by Carrera to make the catch, and Nelly just gets into second base. Leadoff double against Jason Grilli. Now 2 for 5 against Grilli.
A little bit concerned. Nelson been taking care of a hamstring, and he's doing the right thing, taking it easy. He thought maybe he was going to make the catch, and he had to pick it up a little bit to get into second base. That will be a double for him, and he appears to be fine.
Two-hit night for Nelly.
Mariners are 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position tonight. Came into the game hitting .251 as a team.
Two-run homer by Nelly, the only runs to this point. Here's Kyle Seager. 1 for 3. Jason Grilli against Kyle Seager, the matchup right now. Seager 1 for 3 against Jason. Cruz at second. Here comes Pilar. Long run. One away. Cheer on the team, then round your way to home with the Sound Transit Day Pass. Learn more at soundtransit.org. Runner at second, 1 out. Brings up Danny Valencia. Grilli's been in the big league since the year 2000. Florida, the White Sox, Detroit, Colorado, Texas, Pittsburgh, the Angels, Atlanta, and now in his second season with Toronto at age 40. 15th year in the bigs. Valencia for 2 with a walk, coming off a big day yesterday in Philadelphia. 4 for 6. 2 runs batted in. Ollie Cruz at second.
What was his home run measured at? Was it 450 in that range?
It was torched. That's about right. And this one threw the whole base hit. Nelly will stop at third. So Danny Valencia starting to find a stroke. Danny with his 5th hit on the road trip.
It's a pitch in the middle of the plate. Hits it through the left side of the infield. See if Taylor can pick up an RBI.
This will be his first look at the veteran Jason Grilli. Grilli out of Seton Hall University in South Orange, New Jersey. Same school that produced Move On, Rick Cerrone, among others. Hall of Famer Craig Biggio. Taylor Motter tonight lined out to left, flied to left, and walked. Would 2.
Nobody getting loose in either bullpen.
Remind you of Nolan Ryan with the grunt?
A little bit. 92 miles an hour on that fastball. Has he always done that? I don't remember.
I don't remember it being
like
that pronounced.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's doing sets of he's benching. He's doing some bench pressing. That big exhale. Broken bat looper. Pilar coming on. He's there. Two outs, 2 on here in the 8th. Hey, do you want to win tickets to Jay Buhner bobblehead night? Well, text BONE, B-O-N-E, to 71532, and you could win 2 tickets in the Commissioner's Box. Plus, Your very own Jay Buhner bobblehead. Two out, 2 on, brings up Mike Freeman. He's 0 for 3 tonight. First time he's seeing Grilly.
Mariners are 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position tonight.
Here's the 1-0. Back of the strike. Well, it sounds like he's in an Olympic event.
Picked up an extra mile an hour right there. Went to 93.
40 years old and still playing in the bigs. Jason Grilly, 6'5", 235. Mariners trying to get to him here. 2 out, 2 on. A 1-2 here to Mike Freeman. Struck him out. Grilly a fiery type. Pretty jacked as he leaves. We go to the home 8th, 7-2 Jays. Sports being brought to you by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. Buy Jack in the Box. Try the Double Jack Combo for just $4.99 only at Jack in the Box. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. Great city, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, as we mentioned earlier, 4th largest city in North America, after Mexico City, New York City, and Los Angeles, California. We're in Rogers Center, formerly known as Sky Dome. Ryan Goins leads off. Sam Gaviglio continues on. Made his major league debut in the 7th. Struck out his first man. It took him 10 pitches. Gave up a home run to Smoke and struck out Steve Pearce. Otter was positioned just right. Guillermo Heredia has arrived. Had some visa problems. He flew from Philly to Toronto, and he and Miranda and Gallardo had to go back to New York, and then they just arrived about an hour or two ago. Got it all squared away. Heredia and Miranda only, I'm told, as this one laced down the line by Devin Travis, a double for him, his 8th of the season.
And he was aggressive. First pitch fastball looked like it might have been off the plate inside, but he puts a pretty good swing on it, keeps it fair.
One out double here in the 8th. Here's Darwin Barney, who came in to take place of Chris Coghlan. Hit by a pitch his last time up. Barney at 309, part-time duty, 1 homer, 6 runs batted in. Pitch. 0-2.
Blue Jays have had problems hitting with runners in scoring position this year. Came into the game hitting .214, but tonight they are 3 for 5.
Gavilio looking for an out here. The 0-2. And he gets it as tough. He holds on to the foul tip. Two away with the runner at second. Hey, Mariner fans, don't forget, 4 dealers in the Pacific Northwest are helping local community food banks by hosting a peanut butter drive to make sure no child goes hungry this summer. Go to your local Ford store today to donate an unopened jar of peanut butter. For more information on how to donate, visit www.fordfeedskids.org. Third strikeout for Sam Gavilio. A high strike to Luke Maley. Sam's ahead 0-2. Kyle Seager chatting with Lance Barksdale, third base umpire. Hopefully Kyle will get a chance to swing the bat in the 9th. 0-2 pitch here. Ball 1.
Sam, 28 pitches, 24 strikes for him.
Sam's got a 1-2 count against Maley. Mariners will have 8, 9, and 1 coming up in the 9th inning. Good 2. Justin Smoke's done all kinds of damage tonight against his former teams. Knocked in 4 runs. A home run in the 7th. 2-run single in the 5th. RBI single in the 1st. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. That'll do it. Sam Gavilio with his 4th strikeout and 2 innings of work. Well done, young man. 7-2 Blue Jays as we go to the 9th. All right, Jen, thank you very much. Here's Tuffy Ghost, which pops up the first pitch from Leonel Campos. Shortstop Ryan Goins for out number 1. Tuffy 0 for 4. Now to bring up Gerard Dyson.
Campos just his second appearance on the year. I can see Dyson pick up a base hit right here.
Campos 6'2", 215 out of Valera, Venezuela. Dyson tonight struck out swinging, looking, and fly to left. Campos spent 14, 15, and 16 seasons with the San Diego Padres. Dyson coming off a 1 for 4 game yesterday. Has not fared well here tonight. Way out front. 1-2. Campos picked up during the winter time as a free agent. That was back in November. Claimed off of waivers. And a tip held on to by the catcher Luke Maile, 2 away.
I think it's a split down out of the strike zone. It's a piece of it. Maile hangs on to it. First strikeout for Campos.
9th inning, Mariners down to their final out. Top of the order, American League hit leader, batting average leader, Gene Segura, 2 doubles tonight. And Milwaukee's 2 for 3 with a run scored. Bouncing ball to the shortstop Goins. And that'll do it. Toronto wins the first of his 4-game series, 7-2. Justin Smoak, the former Mariner. Boy, did he do a lot of damage with